What's going on, guys? It's Ben. Hey, thanks for checking out my channel once again. All of you subscribers, I absolutely love you. Thank you so much. We're at about 115 right now. Definitely looking to break at least 200, hopefully here by the end of the month or so. So keep them coming, smash that sub button. And if you like the content in the videos, definitely smash the like button, of course, because that also ranks up the videos, which is super cool. So today I just wanted to get into a simple video about setting goals and expectations of yourself. What gets measured gets managed. That is one of the truest statements ever told. So when you're setting out and you're just starting your recruiting agency and you're looking at, how am I gonna, go out for prospects and how am I gonna manage that, measure it, what kind of metrics am I gonna use, how many phone calls should I make per day? A lot of people get really hung up and confused on certain metrics and what they actually mean versus what other metrics mean. Some people think that having a really long amount of talk time, like long conversations with people, matters a lot. Some people think a lot of phone calls, volume of phone calls matters a lot. And then some other people just think maybe like a lot of emails is really good or something like that. So ultimately, it all depends on how you succeed. So how do you win? What makes you win? Well, personally for me, sending out a ton of cold emails to brand new prospects that I have not talked to before, that I'm interested in doing business with, that's how I win. And so a big metric that I basically measure and manage every single day is 100 emails output every single day. That means fresh, brand new leads, new companies, new contacts, people I have never emailed before, every single day. Now, I do have a list that I residually blast continuously. So they're on like autopilot. They get like a weekly hit or a once every 2 weeks hit. But email marketing obviously works the best for me because I mentioned that in my other video that I did about the best reach out methods for clients. So setting goals for yourself. When you first get started, I think it's really important to just get your first win. And what do I mean by your first win? Your first win includes the following: obtaining an actual client, someone that wants to do business with you, and then furthermore, getting a candidate placed at that client, getting paid, and then having them stay the guarantee period. Most clauses always include a guarantee. I suggest you try a 30. If they don't go for that, run it up to a 60. Try not to go beyond 60. 90 days is kind of long to keep somebody around. They'll stay, but you don't want to be on the hook for 90 days. So if you get your first win, that's the biggest hurdle. So I would say the biggest metric you need to go for to actually get your first win is trying things out, right? So cold email, maybe a little bit of cold calling, and also maybe a little bit of just straight up posting on LinkedIn and prospecting on sites like Indeed.com for job openings, things of that nature. Doing a little organic trial and error, finding out what works. If cold calling is getting you a lot of traction, keep doing it. If emailing is getting you traction, keep doing that. If posting on LinkedIn something about, hey, I've got candidates for sales roles and you're getting hit up by sales managers, do that. Keep doing what works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But once you settle down and you do get your first win, ultimately you are going to want to have a system. So that system is going to be what gets measured, gets managed. And so that's going to, be basically containing your level of phone calls that you want to do per day, your level of emails that you want to have per day. And then you're going to actually go even broader than that. And you usually want to look at how many clients do I want to obtain per month? How much revenue would I like to obtain per month? What is my annual revenue goal? So, all of these things you kind of need to look at the beginning of the year, at least within the first quarter, you kind of want to know what your ultimate goal is. In my first 6 months, like I said in the other video, I did $136,000 in revenue. I would absolutely love to double, triple that number. The number that's floating around in my head right now is actually $500,000 in sales revenue from staffing fees. And so that will probably be my goal for 2019 in total. And I'm already pacing towards that number, so I think it's obtainable. And you need to set an annual goal as well. If you don't have an annual goal, you're not shooting for anything. So if you just kind of start cold calling or start cold emailing and be like, I'm going to grab a client here, grab a client there, and maybe make something work and we'll synergize, not going to work. You need a goal. You need to say, I want 3 clients this month. I want 2 clients this month. I want 1 client this month. I want 1 client this quarter. Just some goal. Aim for something. If you're not aiming for something, you're aiming for nothing, and you're absolutely bound for failure. So setting goals is huge. So what I would recommend is set a client goal. In your first steps, set a client goal. Make it 1 or 2 clients within the next 30 days, within the next month. Once you set that client goal, doesn't matter what the revenue is, forget about that for now, because that could be all washed out in the fee structure that they come up with you guys, or in the volume and how much you do with them, and if there has to be replacements and whatnot. But don't worry about that. Just worry about getting that client and getting that win. So make a client metric. Say I want 2 clients within the first 30 days. I think that's a perfect metric to go by if you're starting a recruiting agency like your first week out. Once you obtain those 2 clients, then I would dial in and say, okay, what do I want to do next month? And also then say, what type of revenue do I want to do? Because this is all going to come full circle when you start to think about your fee structure. So when I initially started, I was doing 10% fees on base gross annual earnings. So it would be a $40,000 salary. I would make $4,000 on the candidate. So if someone makes 100 grand, I'm going to make 10 grand. So your fee structure is going to be highly dependent upon what your revenue goal is. So I know I'm going to a bunch of hogwash here right now, right? But let's just get it clear. You need to set a client goal. I would say 2 clients within the first 30 days. Get those 2 clients. Once you get those 2 clients, then create a revenue goal for yourself on how much you'd like to earn monthly, and keep that 2 client per month goal going, because you obviously want to obtain new business every single month. Doesn't matter if that business that you already obtained is residual, or if they were a one-time, hit it and quit it and it's all finished. You need new business every single month. And you also need new revenue every single month. So metrics are huge. Make sure that you're setting goals and following up on those goals. You do need to get hard on yourself if you are not hitting your goals, because you need to manage yourself. Ultimately, I'm working as a lone wolf. I don't have anybody that manages me. Nobody looks over my numbers. I'm looking over my numbers. I'm the person that looks at my numbers and ultimately looks at my bank account. So when I fall short of something, or if I'm not selling, or if I'm not, getting enough clients, I only have myself to blame, and that's it. So you really need to hold yourself accountable here, and you really need to understand that if you're going this alone, or if you're going with it with a partner, you guys need to hold each other accountable and understand what your metrics are, and so that you can measure them and manage them properly. That's all I got today for Monday, guys. We're going to crush it this week. I know every single one of you is going to grab at least 1 client. I know that I'm going to do that plus some more. And I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. All right, take care.